from 16 down to 8, and now we are down to 4. Hello everyone, welcome to Tournament Central and the 2021 Elkhart County Historical Museum Collections Tournament. Today is the opening round of the Final Four. Can you believe that we've made it this far? We're almost all the way to the championship. Today our matchup is really good. You've heard some of the stories already of these objects, but our staff today is here to present more of them. So today we have the autograph book, the book autographed by Violet Schmidt about herself, the little girl who waves, versus the 1958 Elkhart Centennial Band Uniform. As always, our staff members today, Chloe and Michelle, will have 2 minutes to explain their item, tell the story of these items, and explain why one of these is going to compete for the tournament championship. So let's stop wasting time and let's send it out to the staff as they have their 2 minutes to state their case and tell the story of these objects.
All right, so picking up where we left off in Violet's story, we're going to head to 1946 when Violet tried out for a baseball team in Mississippi. Now, she originally tried out as for the left field position because she stated she did not like pitching. The funny thing is, she was signed on as the pitcher after Bill Ellington saw her practicing with another girl. And this was in 1946. After that, she stayed with the Rockford Peaches for about a year, and she joked that she was the bench warmer because she was just a rookie, and that there were 4 other more experienced pitchers ahead of her who usually got to play instead of her. Now, the fun didn't stop there for Violet, because in her later years, she traveled around the world with her children, and she traveled to places like Singapore and Thailand, and she even took up skydiving in her 90s, which is incredible. She also went on to be an extra in the 1992 film A League of Their Own, and you can see her at the end of that movie if you pay close enough attention. So watch it and try to spot her. Now sadly, while I was researching Violet's life, I discovered that she passed away in December of 2020 at her family home in Fruita, Colorado. And I also discovered that while Violet had a lot of exciting times in her life, if you look back at the videos that I filmed before this, you'll know that there were a lot of hardships as well. But despite that, Violet was a smiling, happy child who, with a simple act of kindness, waving at trains going by, reached out, made a human connection that affected her life for the better. I mean, she had some amazing experiences just from that simple human connection of waving, which I think is inspirational. Now, if you vote this through, I'm going to tell you about Violet's train and some more local connections to the 20th Century Limited train, which include connections to another Hollywood film, Goshen native Howard Hawks, and his Fort Wayne cousin, Carol Lombard. So vote this through the next round and you'll get to hear that story.
So here we are in the Final Four with the Elkhart City Centennial Band Uniform. Thank you guys so much for voting it in. I'm going to today talk about a story of a man who wore one of these uniforms. A biography was published about him just last year. It's aptly titled A Music Man, the life story of Robert W. Zeems. Now, Bob Zeems was a professional musician. His entire life, he played his first paying gig when he was just 14 years old for the Carl King Band, and he played his last here in Elkhart for the Mock Twins Band when he was 87. His early career, he played as a traveling musician in dance bands, or what we sometimes call big bands, of the 1930s, but it didn't pay a lot, as much didn't in the Great Depression. So in 1941, he decided to move to Elkhart with his family and start working in band instrument making. So he worked for Kahn and Selmer for the bulk of his later career. But he never stopped playing music. Within a week of moving to Elkhart, he joined the Elkhart Municipal Band. He also formed the Lions Club Band, and he played for several other bands in the area, including the Kahn Band. So in the 1958, with the rest of the band members, he grew the centennial beard, and he donned this uniform to play. Yep, we actually have Bob's personal uniform in our collection, so we knew for sure he really did wear one. His name's even on the inside. And we collected this even though we had one in the collection because of Bob's story and how much it tells the story of music in the community. And I like to think that Bob would have been especially excited to perform in a centennial celebration of a town that at one point made 40% of the world's band instruments. For a man for whom music was such an important part of his life, I think that was probably a great honor for him. To quote right out of the book, for a music man, there was no better place to be than Elkhart. So I hope you'll continue to show our con man and the city of Elkhart and Bob some love and send us on into the championship round. Thank you so much, and we'll see you for the final.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was some good history. I'm learning a lot through this tournament. And I'm glad you get to see from every part of our museum staff these great stories about our collection objects. So now the choice is in your hands. One of these items is going to compete for the tournament championship. You have to tell us which one of those items is going to be, whether on the Elkhart County Historical Museum Facebook page or the Elkhart County Parks YouTube page. Just leave a simple comment, either the autograph book or the band uniform. One of these is going to be moving on later in the week to the championship match. So, it's all up to you. We've made the cases, we've told the stories, we've interpreted the history. Now you have to tell us which one is deserving of competing for the championship. Once again, vote, 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 vote. Thank you all who have already voted, and continue to vote and support us. We thank you for doing that. And one of these items is moving on. Which one is it going to be? You're going to tell us. So go on and vote. Thank you for watching, and we will see you at the next Final Four matchup.